Elder people. It's Catherine Lasso here with you for the midday meditation, accepting the baton passed by Chaplain Catherine Knott from last week. We're so glad to be able to continue staying connected with our mindfulness community. I don't have an Italian balcony to sing to you from, lucky you, but this virtual connection is my way of saying I'm thinking about you. I care about you, and I appreciate you, because taking a break midweek, middle of the day, for some mindfulness is helpful for me, so thank you. Mindfulness, as we've discussed, is paying attention on purpose without judgment, being fully present in the here and now, just really paying attention on purpose. It's a very simple concept, but difficult to sustain for any length of time. So why do it? Well, the benefits of mindfulness and meditation are many, but the benefit I wanted to highlight today is equanimity, that ability to find calm in the storm. If you can visualize a snowstorm inside of a snow globe when it's shaken up, that's very much like our thoughts and feelings swirling around at times. All of that snow is obscuring the landscape, and that's all that we can see are those thoughts and feelings swirling around. So with each influx of news information, with each new policy, with each new regulations, tends to send off a new avalanche of swirling snowstorms that feel like anxiety or worry or disappointment. So mindfulness and meditation can allow for that snow to just fall to the ground, to just settle on the ground. Doesn't go away. Thoughts, feelings, circumstances are there, but we can now better see the lay of the land. And then once we know what the landscape looks like, we can more readily find our footing and choose a path. Practicing meditation helps build our mindfulness muscle. And so for today's meditation, I'd like to share Jon Kabat-Zinn's mountain meditation. Mountains have archetypal significance in all cultures, representing spiritual renewal, abiding presence, stillness, strength, protection. So I invite you to begin by sitting comfortably in a position that allows for alertness and ease, finding a position of stability and poise, the upper body balanced over your hips and shoulders, comfortable but alert posture, hands on your lap or knees, arms hanging by their own weight like heavy curtains, stable and relaxed. And then we use the sound of the bell as a way to help transition our awareness. And when you're ready, you may either develop a soft focus gaze or gently close your eyes, bringing awareness to the breath, the actual physical sensations, feeling each breath as it comes in and goes out, letting the breath be just as it is, naturally, with its own rhythm and pace, knowing that you are breathing perfectly well right now, nothing for you to do. allowing the body to be still and sitting with a sense of dignity, a sense of resolve, a sense of being complete, whole in this very moment, with your posture reflecting this sense of wholeness. As you sit here, letting an image form in your mind's eye of the most magnificent or beautiful mountain you know or have seen or can imagine. Letting it gradually come into greater focus. And even if it doesn't become a visual image, allowing the sense of this mountain and its feeling. Get a sense of its overall shape, its lofty peak or peaks high in the sky, the large base rooted in the bedrock of the Earth's crust, its steep or gently sloping sides, noticing how massive it is, how solid, how unmoving, how beautiful, whether from afar or up close. Perhaps your mountain has snow blanketing its top and trees reaching down to the base, or rugged granite sides. There may be streams and waterfalls cascading down the slopes. There may be one peak or a series of peaks, or with meadows and high lakes on a plateau. Observing it, noting its qualities, and when you are ready, seeing if you can bring the mountain into your own body. Sitting here so that your body and the mountain in your mind's eye become one, so that as you sit here, you share in its massiveness and the stillness and majesty of the mountain. You become the mountain, a breathing mountain. Grounded in this sitting position, your head becomes the lofty peak, supported by the rest of the body and affording a panoramic view. Your shoulders and arms, the sides of the mountain, your buttocks and legs, the solid base, rooted to your cushion or your chair. Experiencing in your body a sense of uplift from deep within your pelvis and spine. With each breath, as you continue sitting, becoming a little more a breathing mountain, alive and vital, yet unwavering in your inner stillness. Completely what you are, beyond words and thought, a centered, grounded, unmoving presence. As you sit here, becoming aware of the fact that as the sun travels across the sky, the light and shadows and colors are changing virtually moment by moment in the mountain stillness. And the surface teems with life and activity, streams, melting snow, waterfalls, plants, and wildlife. As the mountain sits, seeing and feeling how night follows day and day follows night, the bright, warming sun followed by the cool night sky studded with stars, and the gradual dawning of a new day. Through it all, the mountain just sits, experiencing change in each moment, constantly changing, yet always just being itself. It remains still as the seasons flow into one another, And as the weather changes, moment by moment and day by day, calmness abiding all change. In summer, there is no snow on the mountain except for perhaps the very peaks at the top or in the crags, shielded from direct sunlight. In the fall, the mountain may wear a coat of brilliant fire colors. In winter, a blanket of snow and ice. And in any season, it may find itself at times enshrouded in clouds or fogs or pelted by freezing rain. People may come to see the mountain and comment on how beautiful it is, or how it's not a good day to see the mountain, that it's too cloudy or rainy or foggy or dark. None of this matters to the mountain, which remains at all times its essential self. Clouds may come and clouds may go. Tourists may like it or not. The mountain's magnificence and beauty are not changed one bit by whether people see it or not, seen or unseen in sun or clouds, broiling or frigid, day or night. It just sits, being itself. At times visited by violent storms, buffeted by snow and rain and winds of unthinkable magnitude. Through it all, the mountain sits. Spring comes, trees leaf out, flowers bloom in the high meadows and slopes. Birds sing in the trees once again. Streams overflow with the waters of melting snow. Through it all, the mountain continues to sit, unmoved by the weather, by what happens on its surface, by the world of appearances, remaining its essential self through the season, changing weather, the activity ebbing and flowing on its surface. In the same way, as we sit in meditation, we can learn to experience the mountain. We can embody the same central, unwavering stillness and groundedness in the face of everything that changes in our lives, over seconds, over hours, over years. In our lives and in our meditation practice, we experience constantly the changing nature of mind and body and of the outer world. We have our own periods of light and darkness, activity and inactivity, our moments of color and our moments of drabness. It's true that we experience storms of varying intensity and violence in the outer world and in our own minds and bodies. Buffeted by high winds, by cold and rain, we endure periods of darkness and pain, as well as the moments of joy and uplift. Even our appearance changes constantly, experiencing a weather of its own. By becoming the mountain in our meditation practice, we can link up with its strength and stability and adopt them for our own. We can use its energy to support our energy, to encounter each moment with mindfulness and equanimity and clarity. It may help us to see that our thoughts and feelings, our preoccupations, our emotional storms and crises, even the things that happen to us, are very much like the weather on the mountain. We tend to take it all personally, but its strongest characteristic is impersonal. The weather of our own lives is not to be ignored or denied. It is to be encountered, honored, felt, known for what it is, and held in awareness. And in holding it in this way, we continue to know a deeper silence and stillness and wisdom. Mountains have a lot to teach us, and much more if we let it in. So if you find you resonate in some way with the strength and stability of the mountain in your sitting, it may be helpful to use it from time to time in your meditation practice to remind you of what it means to sit mindfully with resolve and with wakefulness in true stillness. So in the time that remains, continue a few more in-breaths to sustain the mountain meditation on your own in silence, moment by moment, until you hear the sound of the bell. And once you hear the bell, follow the sound for as long as you can hear it. And then when you no longer hear the bell, transition your attention, awareness back into the room. Thich Nhat Hanh is a well-known, well-loved meditation teacher, prolific writer on a multitude of topics, all from the vantage point of mindful living. So whether you're new to meditation or a seasoned practitioner, Thich Nhat Hanh is a great resource and inspiration. I'd like to close our session today with a quote about equanimity from Thich Nhat Hanh. He says, when the crowded Vietnamese refugee boats met with storms and pirates, if everyone panicked, all would be lost. But if even one person on the boat remained calm and centered, it was enough. It showed the way for everyone to survive. So equanimity will help us find our footing so that we may be able to keep a cool head and a warm heart during times of stress. I wish you all well. Take care, and I'll see you next time.